Hi everybody, this is Jen from Scrap and Posh, and I am here with a bbcraft.com project, and today we are going to make a flickering crystal ball, or a lit crystal ball and a flickering candle. I'll show you those, and if you're interested in getting these little baubles here, head on over to bbcraft.com and use POSH, P-O-S-H 5 for $5 off your $40 or more order. And let's start. I have an entire bag of these little bottles, and these are, if you want to look them up directly, item number CON NB001-47, and they come with these cute little lids that have the holes in them so you can attach them to something, and we're not going to use that today, so I just put that back in there for something later. And then we're going to, that's going to be for the light. I also have, this one's for my stash because I didn't get any, but this is a bead cap, and it's just a little, it's a hefty one. I'm going to use that for the bottom of my lamp. And then on Amazon, and I have an Amazon store, I will link it below, I have these pre-wired lights. This one is the cool white, so we're going to use that for the crystal ball. And this one's the flickering yellow, and they are going to be powered by these lithium button cell batteries. I had originally bought these on Amazon. Of course, I'll link them below, but I found these at the Dollar Tree, so I'm kind of excited about that. You can permanently put these on, or you can put them on a switch. So if you're interested in seeing how to put them on a switch, let me know. And the dollar store, did I say Dollar Tree? So these were only $1. Online, I think they're a little bit more, but not much. These are CR20323 3-volt batteries. I don't know how long these ones last, but as soon as I get them out of the package, that's what we'll be using to light these. Okay, so let's do our little candle first, and just so you can see what I'm using as a display, because it's kind of important that you have something that has depth, because the light has a hard part here where the resistor and stuff are, so you can't bend that straight down. So you have to have somewhere where you can put it through and it can stick down through the bottom straight, because this doesn't bend. So that's why I made this little chipboard table with coffee stir legs. It's not perfect, but I'm just going to put a piece of black cloth over it, and you'll never even see the legs. So that's what I'm going to be using, so that's kind of important. Okay, so let's get started. So first off, I want this to look like a candle. In this version, I painted it. I think in this version, I'm just going to use some washi tape. This washi tape has hippopotamus on it, but for all intents and purposes, it's just going to look white because there's not enough of it showing to worry about. In order not to beef up the bottom part so that it still goes through my bead, I'm going to cut the washi to about there. So looks like I'm going to cut it in half. And you don't need very much. It's just to make it have a white appearance, and if you want it really white, you can paint the washi tape. It's a little hard to paint the wires. And that's good. You don't need that much. If you want to go all crazy, you can put some like melting wax or something in there if you want it to be a candle. Granted, it's not horribly realistic because you wouldn't have a complete cover on a candle, but okay. So this is what it's going to look like when you put it in there. And you can see the washi tape comes right to the bottom of the thing. Okay, so we thread these two wires through the bead cap. Twist a little bit just to get it seated in there. And it looks like that. Okay, now we just add glue. Whatever glue you use for your beads. This is just some white glue. It's really got enough tension on it, it would stay by itself. Okay, set that aside. And then we're just going to decorate the bottle by adding a piece of this, it's a small twine, but it looks like rope. And you can use the small rope or whatever. This is just what I have, and I'm just going to go along the bottom part of this bottle. So okay, so suggestion, when you get to the end, glue the rope to the rope, not to the glass, because it tends to pop off. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my light and attach it with some, I think I'll use tacky glue, just so that it's like, and the only thing you want to touch with the tacky glue is the bead cap that you just put on. So insert your light. I got a little bit of glue on it, but that's okay. And you let that dry, just like that. Now, on this one, I use a little jump ring for the handle. On this one, I'm going to use the BB Craft Bead Cap, and it is PALLOY-SC0002-7, and you get an entire box of them. And so use my little white glue again and put that bead cap right on the rope, and that's going to be the little switch to turn the gas on and off. And then I'm going to let that sit as straight as possible. You may have to prop it up with something just to get that bottom part to adhere to the inside of the bottle. Okay, so that is our light, and when it's dry, I'm going to show you guys it lit up along with the other one. So let's do our crystal ball. And this crystal ball is not 100% dry, but neither will ours be when we get done with it. So for this one, I'm using BB Craft glass balls, and they're number DIY-PH0028-34. And they come with two different sizes. This is the size we're going to use. And they come with this smaller size. really neat. And then they come with these little bead ends that I'll show you how they stick. Some in silver and some in gold. They stick. You put the little cap on there, so you can put anything you want in there and then cap it off with this little bead end. It's really cute. So grab these because there are a lot of things that you can do with these. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mica powder out, and you can get the mica powder at ASC Supplies. This is Just Perfect Pearls. And then I have some Glossy Accents. On this one, I think I used a little bit too much Glossy Accents. That's why it's not dry. So I'm not going to use nearly as much. The other thing you can do is if you have, if you ever see the ornament glue, you can use that. Anything watered down would probably do better, but I think I'll do the mica powder first. So the mica powder is very messy, and in order to get it into this small hole, I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and put some in here. Okay, and again, it's key, by the way, to put the crystal ball on a table. I just dumped some of my mica powder out. That's okay. A little bit of mica powder goes a long way. So it's very key to have it on a table because, again, it has to stick. The base has to stick down through there. Now that I got a little bit of mica powder on there, I'm going to squeeze in some Glossy Accents, also available at ASC Supplies if you're interested. And Glossy Accents is just a clear adhesive. It stays clear when it dries. It doesn't get foggy or anything. Okay, so after you mess with it a while, it will coat the sides of the glass ball. And you'll have a really cool looking crystal ball. Like right now it's just sitting all right here, but it'll coat the entire thing. So just shaking it up a little bit gives you that mica powder look on the inside. Okay, so this one's super simple. On this one, I'm just going to use this, it's a round bead. It has holes in either side. It's from my stash, but I'm sure BB Craft has different ones. You can also use the bead caps that I had here. Just have to have a big enough hole in the middle that our light can go through it. And this one is a bright white, I think. So this one is super simple. You just glue first. You put glue on the outside. It's going to make it tacky faster. Put the ring through there. It's a 5mm light, so it won't go through the ring, but you just set the 5mm light sits right inside the glass ball, and that is it. That is the extent of our crystal ball. As soon as it dries, we'll put it in the table and you can see what it looks like. And we'll light it up for you. Okay, so this is the little table I made. This is just chipboard, and the circle is actually 65-pound cardstock. I used some hot glue to make some, like a tripod table, and it sits up like that. This is a piece of faux, I don't even know what it is. I got a big one. I use it to show as a backdrop, and then I just punched a little hole in it here. You can see my finger, and there is a hole in the middle of the table. So I'm going to use the ones that I previously did, and I never did open my batteries. Good packaging. Okay, so typically you want to peel back some of the plastic that's on here, but you don't necessarily have to. And let me turn off the lights so you can see. Okay, so here's the crystal ball. It glows in a blue. Turn this one off. There. It glows in a blue, and it's a constant glow. It's just me disconnecting is why it's flashing, but it's a constant glow. You can get flickering lights, so if you wanted your crystal ball to flicker, do that. Okay, I'm gonna put my cloth on here, put my wires through the hole, and I actually had this glued on at one point, which is easier because then you can just slide it through the hole if you're going to change your table decorations. Slide it through here, and then you put the wires through that hole. Okay, so, and there's your table, and you cannot tell that it's made out of cardstock and such. Let's get the wires. There is a wrong way and a right way to do this. You just have to flip it over if you got it the wrong way. So there's my crystal ball table, and I'll show you some pictures of that table all decorated. But you can see how the mica powder kind of makes it translucent versus a transparent like it comes. If you want it transparent, you can do that, but it's not, it's just going to look like a light in a bulb. It's not going to look like a crystal ball. So there is that one. And then we're going to do the same thing with my little lantern. So I'm just going to take this one out. This is the flickering yellow light. Again, I'll link all the extra things in my Amazon store below so that you can find these lights for yourself. Trying to find the hole that's in there. If I have to, there it is. Okay. Boop. I lost through the hole. Pull it out through the bottom. And there is your light on the table. I'll probably not put this, I'm not going to put this with the crystal ball because the lights will, you won't be able to see the yellow flickering light because of the bright blue light or white light. But, oops. Okay, and you just, when you're ready, you can glue these down. And there is my yellow light. This one, yep, it's flickering. Try and put it over here where it's darker. So yeah, there are our two lights. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Head on over to bbcraft.com and get your baubles, your little bottles, and your glass balls, and your bead ends. And your numbers are CONNB001-47, DIY-PH0028-34, and finally PALLOY-SC002-7. I'll put those on the description or on the screen here. And yeah, bbcraft.com. Use POSH5 for $5 off your order of $40 or more. And these are great little knickknacks to have in your stash. So we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Bye-bye.